Students, as we have taken in the last class, after covering all the basic fundamentals, the basic concepts of fabric structure, we have started the topic basic weaves. And as I have mentioned yesterday, basic weaves means the weaves which can be used as the base to produce derivatives or modifications of all the three basic weaves, and in that way we can produce variety of designs. We can produce variety of designs on the basis of plane weave. By extending or by modifying the plane weave, we can produce variety of designs. Similarly, by modifying the normal ordinary twills, we can produce variety of designs. And similarly, sateen and sateen can be extended or can be modified to produce variety of designs. So in this way, these three weaves are serving as the base to produce variety of designs. That's why these three are known as basic weaves. And not only we are using modifications of these twills, they themselves are used for a wide range of cloths, like plain weave, twill weave, and sateen weave are almost covering 80 to 90% of production of fabric of different structures. So yesterday we have started with plain weave. So we'll just have a fast revision. Plain weave, we have defined the plain weave as the simplest weave or the smallest weave, which is in which the threads are interlacing in one up, one down formation and repeating over two warp ends and two weft peaks. And it is shown here. The minimum repeat required to indicate the plain weave is 2 × 2 on the graph paper, and 1 up, 1 down, and 1 up, 1 down, 1 up is showing its interlacing order. And if this type of structure is there in the fabric, that weave is known as plain weave. These are the characteristics, structural characteristics of plain weave. Then we have taken different characteristics of plain weave here. It is a presentation of plain weave in 8 × 8. Then we have taken one example in 4 × 4 to represent different drafting orders used for plain weave, like in 2 heel frames, corresponding lifting plan is indicated here. In 4 heel frames with straight order, corresponding lifting plan is indicated here. With skip drafting order, and corresponding lifting plan is indicated here. And a suitable denting plan, which shows that ends per dent is 2 for the plain weave. We are passing 2 ends per dent in case of plain weave fabric. So this we have taken weave draft, lifting plan, and peg plan for the plain weave. Yes, this we have not taken in the last class. So end uses of plain weave. Every weave is having their specific uses. So the end uses of plain weave means where the plain weave is finally used, the fabric constructed in plain weave is finally used. It is used in cambrics, muslin, blanket, canvas, dhoti, sari, shooting, shirting, etc. These are the names given to the different categories of fabric, which is most widely used in the industry. And every category is having their specific characteristics, like cambrics and muslins are produced in plain weave with very fine counts and lightweight. Blanket and canvas are produced with very coarse count with heavy weights. Dhotis, saris, shooting, shirting, already you know. So you can see a very wide range of cloths, a very wide range of fabrics can be produced in plain weave. Very lightest and finest fabrics like cambrics and muslins, to very heavy fabric like blanket and canvas. And these are the, as far as weight is concerned or count is concerned, these comes in the middle category. So from very lightest and finest weight to heaviest and coarsest fabric can be produced by using plain weave. So this is having a wide range of applications. So this is first basic weave we have covered. The second basic weave, that is known as twill weave. And it is also having used for a wide range of cloths, and it comes next to, as far as application is concerned and use of the weave is concerned, it comes just next to plain weave. So here we are trying to understand the definition and characteristics of twill weave. The designs in which, it is the definition of twill weave, the designs in which order of interlacing is same. Remember, this is a characteristic, structural characteristic of the design. And by understanding structural characteristics of the designs, only you can define the design. So here, like in the plane, structural characteristic is working in one down order, and adjacent ends are opposite of each other. Similarly here, the twill designs, those designs are termed as twill designs, in which order of interlacing is same for every thread, whatever the repeat we are taking, either it is 3 ends or 4 ends or 5 ends, 6 ends or 10 ends or 15 ends or 20 ends, whatever the repeat we are taking, smaller to larger, every thread of the repeat will have same interlacing order. हर thread का interlacing order एक जैसा होगा in the repeat. And diagonal lines are produced. These diagonal lines are the characteristic identification of the fabrics constructed in twill weave. Twill weave में जब भी कोई fabric बनाएंगे तो उसमें इस तरह की diagonal lines produce होगी, and fabric में वो इस तरह से appear होगी. And already it is used for the most popular fabric like denim, and every one of you are using denim, either boys or girls. And nowadays denim fabric is most widely used fabric and having the highest use among the particularly shootings, jeans and etc. So these diagonal lines you can see in your denim fabric running from left to right or right to left. Generally we prefer left to right, but it may run in any direction. So diagonal lines are produced. How these diagonal lines are produced? By moving or advancing the order. Order means order of interlacing. By moving or advancing the order in steps of 1 in either direction. Either vertical direction में हम एक step से move करेंगे ऊपर की तरफ, या horizontal direction में हम एक step से move करेंगे rightward or leftward. So again repeating the whole sentence, the designs in which order of interlacing is same for every thread in the repeat, and diagonal lines are produced by moving or advancing the order of interlacing in steps of 1 in either direction. So here, in this way we can define. So the designs which we are getting from in this manner are termed as twill designs, and they are producing diagonal lines in the fabric. Diagonal lines are produced because of advancement of the order of interlacement by 1 in vertical or horizontal direction. So the definition itself explains the method of construction that we will take later on. Diagonal line or twill lines are formed on both sides of the cloth, either to the right or to the left. As I mentioned, these type of diagonal lines are produced, and they are produced on both sides of the fabric, face side as well as back side. Diagonal lines may run from left to right or may run from right to left. और अगर फेस पर लेफ्ट टू राइट है तो बैक में उसका अपोजिट होगा, और फेस पर अगर राइट टू लेफ्ट है तो बैक में उसका अपोजिट होगा. Next characteristic is warp and weft floats on one side of the cloth, respectively coincide with warp and weft floats on the other side. Meaning of this sentence is, अगर warp floats एक side में कोई warp float है, so that will coincide with the weft float at the other side. For example, if here you have 3 of 1 down, floating of 3 of 1 down on the face side, then at the back side it will be 1 up 3 down, just opposite of that one. That is the meaning of respectively coincide with the weft and warp floats on the other side. Warp float will become weft float, and weft float will become warp float at the back side. So on the face side, if you are having 3 of 1 down, at the back side it will be 1 of 3 down. On the face side, if you are having 5 of 3 down, at the back side it will be 3 of 5 down. Warp float will coincide with weft float, and weft float will coincide with warp float. That is the meaning of this. Minimum size possible for any twill design is 3 cross 3. Means it cannot be constructed in 2 cross 2. Only the plane view is the view which can be constituted or constructed in 2 cross 2. So the twill designs requires minimum 3 ends and 3 picks in the repeat. Higher number we can go, more than 3 we can go, but minimum size is 3 cross 3. And for regular twills, ends per repeat is always equal to picks per repeat. So the designs can be constructed in square sizes because in one repeat, ends and picks are equal. So design can be constructed like 3 cross 3, 4 cross 4, 5 cross 5, 8 cross 8, 14 cross 14, 20 cross 20, 36 cross 36, smaller to larger sizes. These designs are used to produce a cloth of greater weight, closer set, and better draping qualities as compared to plain view. If we compare the fabric constructed in twill view with plain view, it is having greater weight, means higher weight. The fabric constructed in twill are having higher weight, GSM. Closer set means more EPI and PPI in the fabric, more warp density and weft density, that is closer set. And better draping qualities. Draping qualities means it is a property of the fabric which takes graceful appearance when it is hanged. Just like in the curtains, you can see the window curtains we are using at the home. What type of graceful appearance they are taking, every one of you have seen. So this is the quality of the fabric. This is the property of the fabric by which it takes graceful appearance when it is hanged, and that is better in twill fabric as compared to plain. And that property is known as draping properties, which you will study in textile testing in detail. So these are the definition and characteristics of the twill weave. Any question? Okay. Designation and method of construction of twills. How we can designate the twills? Designation means नामकरण. हम उसका नाम कैसे रखते हैं ट्विल का, ट्विल को नाम कैसे देते हैं, एंड मेथड ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ ट्विल्स, और उसको हम कंस्ट्रक्ट कैसे करते हैं ग्राफ पेपर के ऊपर, हम उस ट्विल को डिजाइन कैसे करते हैं, कंस्ट्रक्ट कैसे करते हैं, that is explained here. And as I mentioned in the first sentence of the last slide, the definition part itself explains the method of construction. The order of interlacing of regular twill is the same for every thread in the repeat, and the diagonal line is formed by advancing this order in steps of 1 in either direction. That I have repeated from the previous slide. So keeping this in our mind, we can produce twill design. So order of first thing you have to remember is order of interlacing will be same for every thread. I will explain what does it mean. And we can construct or we can produce diagonal lines, which is a main characteristic of the twill fabric. So to produce the diagonal line, we are advancing this order of interlacing in steps of 1 in either direction, vertical or horizontal direction. So I will explain it with the help of example, and it will be very clear. And that's why interlacing order of all threads in the repeat is identical. सभी threads का जो interlacing order है वो same है. So we can designate twill by describing the interlacing of first thread. ये सभी का सेम है तो जो फर्स्ट थ्रेड का इंटरलेसिंग ऑर्डर होगा वही सभी थ्रेड्स का इंटरलेसिंग ऑर्डर होगा, और अगर वही इंटरलेसिंग ऑर्डर सभी थ्रेड्स का है तो उस व्यू को हम उसी नाम से जानते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल 2 up, 2 down twill और 2 and 2 twill, ये different methods of designation. 2/2 twill or 2/2 twill, any one method can be used. Generally we prefer 2/2 or 2/2 method to designate the twills, but any one method can be used. Whatever is suitable to you, you can use that method. And meaning of this is every thread, order of interlacing of every thread is same, and that in this case it will be 2 up, 2 down. Means first end, the working order of the first end is 2 up, 2 down. The working order of the second end is 2 up, 2 down. Working order of the third end is 2 up, 2 down, and working order of the fourth end is 2 up, 2 down. In 2 up, 2 down, number of ends per repeat will be 4, and number of picks per repeat will be 4. And this size number of ends per repeat and picks per repeat can be decided by adding the up and down. जो भी फ्लोट्स दिए हुए हैं, दिस इज फ्लोट ऑफ वार्प, 2 अप का मतलब ये वार्प का फ्लोट है और 2 डाउन का मतलब ये वेफ्ट का फ्लोट है. यहाँ पे वार्प अप है और यहाँ पे वार्प डाउन मींस वेफ्ट अप है. इन दोनों वार्प और वेफ्ट के फ्लोट को अगर हम ऐड करते हैं 2 + 2, then you will get 4. It means you will get size of the design, ends per repeat and picks per repeat. And as I mentioned in regular 12s, ends per repeat is equal to picks per repeat. That's why here this 2 up 2 down 12 or 2/2 12 will be produced in 4 × 4. So in this way we decide the size, and by following this step we can construct the design that we will see in the next slide. And a very simple method of construction I'm explaining here, which is consisting of 2 steps only. First is indicate one diagonal line of marks either right to left or right to left or left to right. It should be left to right. So correct it. Marks either right to left or left to right. Here I have taken left to right. So here you can see the marks indicated in red, starting from first end and first pick, moving in a straight order, diagonal line. Diagonal line means from this corner to this corner, we are moving in a straight order. This cross, then cross, then cross, then cross. This line we have to indicate. Here I have indicated left to right, but you can use right to left also, depending on the direction of 12 required. So after indicating either in this example or here, I have taken a left to right diagonal line first, with which are indicated by a red color, just to distinguish the step number 1 and step number 2. So, but you can use the same color. It is not essential that you have to use 2 colors. Just to explain, I am using 2 colors. Meaning is same. It is also warp up, or indicated by black color. It is also warp up. Then marks are added according to required order, either above or below, or to the right or to the left of each base marks throughout the repeat. Now you have many options. In any direction, either you can add the mark above this red mark, or below this red mark, or at the right side of this red mark, or at the left side of this red mark. Anywhere you can add. But एक बार अगर आपने right में add किया है, तो फिर throughout repeat you have to add at the right side. एक बार आपने above किया है, तो throughout the repeat आपको जो बेस मार्क है, रेड मार्क है, उसके ऊपर ही करना है. अगर एक बार नीचे कर दिया तो फिर कंटिन्यूसली पूरे रिपीट में आपको नीचे करना है, और एक बार अगर लेफ्ट में किया तो फिर कंटिन्यूसली लेफ्ट में करना. सो मार्क्स आर एडेड अकॉर्डिंग टू रिक्वायर्ड ऑर्डर. किस ऑर्डर में हम ऐड करेंगे? जो हमें रिक्वायर्ड. फॉर एग्जांपल यू हैव टू प्रोड्यूस 2 अप 2 डाउन. सो कंसीडरिंग दिस एज अ 1 अप, ये ऑलरेडी 1 अप हमने इंडिकेट कर रखा, बेस लाइन, डायगोनल लाइन. तो अब हमें 2 अप 2 डाउन बनाने के लिए केवल एक मार्क और ऐड करना पड़ेगा. So I have added 1 mark just above the base mark or red mark. Similarly, just above this one, then third में जाएंगे और थर्ड के ऊपर, और फोर्थ में जाएंगे, क्योंकि फोर्थ में यहाँ रिपीट कंप्लीट हो गया है, तो अगला जो रिपीट स्टार्ट होगा वो यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगा, which will be indicated here, क्योंकि ये वापस यहीं ज्वाइन करेगा, ये वापस यहाँ आके ज्वाइन करेगा. In the next repeat, again these 4 end and these 4 picks will repeat, then 4 picks will repeat. तो हम यहाँ एक ही रिपीट ले रहे हैं. तो यहाँ ऊपर हमारे पास हमने जो स्पेस डिजाइन किया है 4x4 जो डिसाइड किया है, उसमें अगर ऊपर की तरफ अब नहीं कर सकते इंडिकेट, तो ये मार्क यहाँ पर इंडिकेट होगा. इन दिस वे यू कैन सी फर्स्ट एंड इज हैविंग 2 अप 2 डाउन, सेकंड एंड इज आल्सो 2 अप 2 डाउन, थर्ड एंड इज आल्सो 2 अप 2 डाउन, एंड फोर्थ एंड इज आल्सो 1 + 2 2 अप एंड 2 डाउन. बट सेकंड एंड इज मूविंग बाय 1 इन द वर्टिकल डायरेक्शन, एडवांसिंग बाय 1. यहाँ पे आप देखिए फर्स्ट एंड फर्स्ट पिक से स्टार्ट हुआ है, पर सेकंड एंड जो है वो सेकंड पिक से स्टार्ट हुआ, यानी कि एक पिक का एडवांसमेंट हुआ है. इसने वर्टिकल एडवांसमेंट हुआ एक का, फिर ये अगेन एक ऊपर की तरफ बढ़ गया एडवांसमेंट, अगेन ये एक ऊपर की तरफ बढ़ गया. दैट इज द मीनिंग दैट वी आर मूविंग बाय 1, वी आर एडवांसिंग बाय 1. एवरी इंटरलेसिंग, एवरी थ्रेड इज हैविंग इंटरलेसिंग ऑर्डर 2 अप 2 डाउन, दैट इज आइडेंटिकल, सेम है सबका. और diagonal lines are produced because of advancement of one of next thread. तो हर interlacing जो है वो एक एक थ्रेड ऊपर की तरफ मूव कर रही है. So we are getting diagonal lines, and in this way you can construct 2 up, 2 down. Similarly, either by adding at the right side also you can produce the same design, same effect. This and this both are the same. These two effects are similar effects, only commencing with different positions. जो start हो रहा है वो अलग position से हो रहा है. ये 2 up, 2 down से start हो रहा है और ये 1 up, 2 down, 1 up से start हो रहा है. अगर आप यहाँ इसको यहाँ से start करें इसको, और तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये यहाँ आ जाएगा 1 अप 2 डाउन 1 अप नेक्स्ट रिपीट में. और अगर आप यहीं से स्टार्ट करते हैं तो यू कैन सी ये फर्स्ट और ये फर्स्ट वापस सेम हो गया, ये सेकंड और ये सेकंड सेम हो गया, ये थर्ड और ये थर्ड सेम हो गया, और ये फोर्थ और ये फोर्थ में यहाँ पे आके सेम हो जाएगा. तो अपीयरेंस ऑफ द फैब्रिक विल रिमेन सेम, डिजाइन विल रिमेन सेम, ओनली कमेंसिंग विद डिफरेंट पोजिशन. ये 2 अप डाउन से हमने स्टार्ट किया, हम चाहते तो यहाँ से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं तो ये आगे आ जाएगा. तो कमेंसिंग कहीं से भी हो सकती है, but the final design will be same. So in this way, either by adding the marks, first indicate the diagonal line in the required direction. So एक mark हम indicate कर देते हैं और then हम इसको convert कर सकते हैं according to our requirement. अगर आप suppose आपको 1 up 3 down wheel बनाना है तो 1 up already हो गया, तो अब कोई भी mark अगर add नहीं करते हैं तो it will be 1 up 3 down wheel. एक mark आपने add किया तो it has become 1 plus 1 2 up 2 down wheel, क्योंकि 2 up हो गए और 2 down रह गए. अगर आप एक mark और add कर देंगे यहाँ पे हर एक के अंदर ऊपर की तरफ, तो ये बन जाएगा 3 up 1 down, 3 up 1 down, 3 up 1 down, 3 up 1 down, and this tool will be termed as 3 up 1 down. So you can go for any type of interlacing order which is permitted in that size, क्योंकि हर डिजाइन के अंदर every vertical space और horizontal space में एक क्रॉस और एक ब्लैंक होना जरूरी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने यहाँ भी क्रॉस कर दिया, यहाँ भी क्रॉस कर दिया, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, चारों क्रॉस हो गए. फिर नेक्स्ट मतलब ये जो एंड है चारों पिक पर अप है, तो वापस ये रिपीट होगा तो फिर नेक्स्ट पे भी अप होगा, फिर नेक्स्ट पे भी अप होगा, यानी कि इंटरसेक्शन बना ही नहीं है, इंटरलेसमेंट हो ही नहीं रहा है. और अगर कोई थ्रेड इंटरलेस नहीं कर रहा है इसका मतलब वो फैब्रिक का पार्ट नहीं बन रहा है, वो दैट इज नॉट इंटरवोवन इनटू द फैब्रिक, तो दैट विल बी इनकरेक्ट व्यू. सो इन एवरी व्यू यू विल सी दैट शुड बी एटलीस्ट 1 मार्क एंड 1 ब्लैंक. आप ज्यादा यहाँ पे 3 अप कर सकते हैं पर 4 अप नहीं कर सकते, मैक्सिमम 3 अप तक जा सकते हैं, और मिनिमम आपको 1 अप करना पड़ेगा, पूरा ब्लैंक भी नहीं छोड़ सकते. that will be incorrect. So in this way you can produce any twill design, either it is 2 up 2 down, 3 up 1 down, 5 up 3 down, just by following this method. First indicate one diagonal line of marks in required direction and then add the marks in required order or required fashion. जो भी आपका interlacing order दिया हुआ है उसके अकॉर्डिंग मार्क्स आप ऊपर की तरफ भी ऐड कर सकते हैं, नीचे भी कर सकते हैं, राइट में भी कर सकते हैं, लेफ्ट में भी कर सकते हैं. इन दिस वे यू कैन कंस्ट्रक्ट ट्विल डिजाइंस. नाउ द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ट्विल. These twills can be classified on 3 bases, but we will consider only 2 bases here. Third one is not in your syllabus, so we are going to cover first one on the basis of predominance of floats on the surface. On the basis of predominance of floats on the surface. Surface के ऊपर कौन से फ्लोट्स डोमिनेट कर रहे हैं, वाव फ्लोट्स डोमिनेट कर रहे हैं या वेव फ्लोट्स डोमिनेट कर रहे हैं या दोनों इक्वल अमाउंट में है. There may be 3 situations. So if the warp floats are dominating on the face of the fabric, it is known as warp face twill. Example is 2 up 1 down, 3 up 1 down, 4 up 1 down, 3 up 2 down, or many more examples you can take. 4 up 2 down, 4 up 3 down, 5 up 4 down, 5 up 3 down, 5 up 2 down, 5 up 1 down, 6 up 2 down, 6 up 1 down, 6 up 2 down, 5 up 2 down, 6 up 2 down, 7 up 2 down, 7 up 3 down. Many more examples you can take for warp face twills. And here you can see in the repeat of 3, 2 plus 1 means in the repeat of 3, 2 times warp is up, 1 time is weft is up. This means warp kitna ho gaya? Around 67, 2/3 is warp and 1/3 is weft. It means warp is dominating. यहाँ पे आप देखिए 3/4 is warp, 3 plus 1, total 4 are there. So 3/4 is warp, 1/4 is weft. Here 4/5 is warp, 1/5 is weft. It means warp is dominating. So this is known as warp face twills. जो face है, फैब्रिक का जो फेस है, जो सरफेस है जिसको हम यूज करते हैं ऊपर की तरफ जो है, वहां पर वार्प फ्लोट्स डोमिनेट कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम इसको वार्प फेस ट्विल बोले. बट अगर वारफेस ट्विल के फैब्रिक को आप रिवर्स करके देखेंगे तो वो वेफ्ट फेस होगा। 2 अप 1 डाउन को रिवर्स करेंगे तो बैक साइड में 1 अप 2 डाउन बनेगा। बट वी आर कंसर्न विद फेस साइड ऑफ द फैब्रिक, accordingly we are naming them warface twill. Similarly, weft face twill, if the weft floats are dominating on the face of the fabric, ये मेंशन करना जरूरी है, face of the fabric. So अगर फैब्रिक के फेस पर वेफ्ट फ्लोट्स अगर डोमिनेट कर रहे हैं तो हम उसको बोलते हैं वेफ्ट फेस ट्विल. लाइक एग्जांपल्स आर 1 up 2 down, 1 up 3 down, 1 up 4 down, 2 up 3 down. So here you can see just reverse case of first one is there. So here weft floats are dominating, means the surface of the fabric mainly consists of weft floats. And balanced twills, third category is known as balanced twill. If the equal amount of warp and weft are showing on the face of the fabric, दोनों का इक्वल अमाउंट अगर अपीयर हो रहा फेस पर, इट मींस बैक पर भी इक्वल होगा, दोस ट्विल्स आर नोन एज बैलेंस ट्विल्स और इवन साइडेड ट्विल्स. दोनों साइड सेम है इसलिए इवन साइडेड ट्विल्स भी बोलते हैं हम उसको. एग्जांपल्स आर 2 up 2 down, 3 up 3 down, 4 up 4 down. 1 up 1 down एग्जांपल नहीं हो सकता, जनरली स्टूडेंट्स मिस्टेक करते हैं, 1 up 1 down लिख देते हैं. 1 up 1 down ऑर्डर अगर आता है तो वो प्लेन व्यू रहता है, वो ट्विल नहीं होता, इसलिए 1 up 1 down हम नहीं ले सकते. मिनिमम 2 up 1 down और 1 up 2 down interlacing order is possible. Here I have indicated warface twill by taking 3 up 1 down. So पहले diagonal line indicate कर दें, यहाँ मैंने अलग कलर नहीं लिया, ये diagonal line indicate कर दिया, and then 2 marks इस पे add कर दिए, तो it has become 3 up 1 down, which is given at here. This is an example of warface twill. Similarly, students, here you can see twill in 3 cross 3, 1 up 2 down. So एक diagonal line बनाया और कोई mark add नहीं किया तो it will remain 1 up 2 down, 1 up 2 down, 1 up 2 down. Means it will be designated as 1 up 2 down twill, जो कि यहाँ पर है. ये example हो गया weft face twill का. And this is example of 2 up 2 down twill, which is balanced twill taken here. So in this way you can give example of warface twill, weft face twill, and balanced twills. Other examples you can do in your assignments. So please note down. You have to जो एग्जाम्पल मैंने यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन कर दिया उसके अलावा जो एग्जाम्पल्स यहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं, बाकी 3 जो है वो आपको असाइनमेंट में करना है. यहाँ मैंने 1 up 2 down कवर किया तो बाकी 3 को आपको असाइनमेंट में करना है. यहाँ मैंने 2 up down ले लिया तो ये जो रिमेनिंग है ये आपको असाइनमेंट में करना है. So note down your assignment और साइमल्टेनियसली आप करते भी जाएं ताकि आपका बहुत ज़्यादा इकट्ठा नहीं होगा. At any time I can ask for assignment, either on Google Classroom or maybe an offline mode also, according to situation. Second classification is based on direction of twill. So students, on the direction of twill means direction of the diagonal line. Diagonal line किस direction में जा रही है उसके बेस पर भी हम twill को classify कर सकते हैं in 2 categories. If the diagonal lines run from left to right on the face of the fabric, again ये लाइन बहुत जरूरी है, फेस ऑफ द फैब्रिक, क्योंकि बैक में जस्ट उसका अपोजिट होता है. इसलिए ऑन द फेस ऑफ द फैब्रिक इफ द डायगोनल लाइंस रन फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट टुवर्ड्स राइट, लेफ्ट टू राइट मींस टुवर्ड्स राइट, देन इट इज नोन एज राइट हैंडेड ट्विल्स. एंड इफ द डायगोनल लाइंस रन फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट ऑन द फेस ऑफ द फैब्रिक, देन इट इज नोन एज लेफ्ट हैंडेड. टुवर्ड्स किस डायरेक्शन में वो है, अकॉर्डिंगली वी आर डेजिग्नेटिंग देम राइट हैंडेड और लेफ्ट हैंडेड ट्विल. Here you can see the example of twill in 3 cross 3, 1 up 2 down twill in 3 cross 3, running from left to right. This is right-handed twill. Running from right to left, इस corner से start करके इस corner तक जा रहे हैं, right to left. So this is example of left-handed twill. So this will be termed as 1 up 2 down right-handed twill. This will be termed as 1 up 2 down left-handed twill. Similarly here, it is 2 up 1 down and lines are running from diagonal line जो बन रहा है वो left to right बन रहा है, तो 2 up 1 down right handed twill, और ये diagonal line बनाया और एक एक मार्क ऊपर ऐड कर दिया, so we are getting 2 up 1 down left handed twill. In this way you can produce right handed, left handed according to the question. Here we have taken again the same example, systematic construction of regular twills. So the smallest number of threads on which it is possible to construct a twill is 3. So 3 cross 3 के अंदर हम twills बना सकते हैं, और 3 cross 3 के अंदर केवल 2 तरह के interlacing possible है. One is 2 up 1 down, another is 1 up 2 down. और कोई interlacing possible नहीं है. तो 2 अप 1 डाउन को भी लेफ्ट हैंडेड राइट हैंडेड वेरिएशंस बना सकते हैं, और 1 अप 2 डाउन के भी हम 2 वेरिएशंस बना सकते हैं, लेफ्ट हैंडेड एंड राइट हैंडेड। तो टोटल हम 4 वेरिएशंस बना सकते हैं। All the 4 variations are indicated here. 1 up 2 down right-handed, 1 up 2 down left-handed, 2 up 1 down right-handed, 2 up 1 down left-handed. In this way, in 3 cross 3, you can produce 4 different variations. Similarly, in 4 cross 4, you can take 3 up 1 down, 1 up 3 down, and 2 up 2 down. 3 types of interlacing order. और हर एक का डायरेक्शन चेंज करके 2 वेरिएशंस बन सकते हैं. So in 4 cross 4, you can produce total 6 variations. So note down the question for your assignment. Construct all the 6 variations in 4 cross 4. 3 up 1 down right-handed wheel, 3 up 1 down left-handed wheel, 1 up 3 down right-handed wheel, 1 up 3 down left-handed wheel, 2 up 2 down right-handed wheel, and 2 up 2 down left-handed wheel. So to produce all the variations of given size, first you have to decide how many interlacing orders are possible, and then by taking their 2 variations according to direction left and right, you can produce just double the number of variations interlacings possible. So यहाँ पे हमें 4 बना सकते हैं, 4 by 4 में हम 6 बना सकते हैं. Similarly, as the size is increasing, variations will get increased, and in that way you can produce variety of twill designs. End uses of twill weaves. Just like the end uses of plain weave we have taken, the twill weave is also used for a very wide range of cloths. So their end uses are: twill weaves find a wide range of uses, such as drill cloth. This is a particular name given to 3 of 1 down twill cloth. So drill cloth, खाकी यूनिफॉर्म्स जो आप लोग यूज करते हैं, उसमें प्लेन व्यू भी यूज होता है और ट्विल भी यूज होता है. डेनिम क्लॉथ, दिस इज वेरी popular use of twill fabric, denim cloth. Blankets, shootings, shirtings, hangings, and soft furnishing fabrics. So in this way, this twill weave is having also a very wide range of uses. Thank you, students. This is the second basic weave we have covered, known as twill weave. And I have taken here first definition, characteristics. Again, I will show you the slides just to revise the whole topic. And if you have any question in a particular slide, you can ask. You can stop me and you can ask. Still, we have around 5 minutes. So twill weave. These are the definition. First point is giving the definition, and others are describing characteristics of the fabric constructed in twill weave. So if you have any question here, you can ask. Only 2 things you have to remember in the definition. Order of interlacing is same for every thread. Like for example, if you are taking 4 of 4 down twill, which will be constructed in 8 cross 8. So all the threads, first thread to 8th thread, every thread, either you read it endwise or peakwise, it will have the interlacing order 4 up 4 down. And how diagonal lines will be formed? या तो हम इस 4 of 4 down के order को advance करेंगे by 1. Advancement will be always 1 for regular twills. तो 1 से अगर हम उसको advance करेंगे vertical direction में ऊपर की तरफ, तो हमें राइट हैंडेड ट्विल मिलेगा. नीचे की तरफ करेंगे तो लेफ्ट हैंडेड ट्विल मिलेगा. और अगर आप हॉरिजॉन्टली इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं, राइट वर्ड करेंगे तो राइट हैंडेड ट्विल बनेगा, और लेफ्ट वर्ड करेंगे तो लेफ्ट हैंडेड ट्विल बनेगा. बट फाइनली वी विल गेट डायगोनल लाइंस इन द फैब्रिक, which is characteristic identification of the twill fabric, and shown here. These type of diagonal lines are produced in the fabric. So this is the definition and characteristics. No question? Okay. Then designation I explained. क्योंकि सभी का इंटरलेसिंग सेम है, तो उसी इंटरलेसिंग ऑर्डर को हम उसके नाम में यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू आर कंस्ट्रक्टिंग, you are having interlacing order 4 of 4 down, then this will be named as 4 of 4 down. If you are having interlacing order 5 of 3 down for every thread, then interlacing order will be, the twill will be termed as 5 of 3 down. Then we have taken method of construction. So basically this line is important line, diagonal line. So first indicate the diagonal line which is containing 1 mark diagonally from one corner to another corner. और ये जो डायगोनल लाइन आप बना रहे हैं, एट दैट टाइम अगर क्वेश्चन में देखें आप राइट हैंडेड पूछा है तो लेफ्ट टू राइट बनाएं, और लेफ्ट हैंडेड पूछा है तो राइट टू लेफ्ट बनाएं. And then add the marks in the required order or required pattern, required fashion in the design. वो डिपेंड करेगा आप कौन सा ट्विल ले रहे हैं, इंटरलेसिंग ऑर्डर क्या है उसका, उसके अकॉर्डिंग। ये हमने 2 अप डाउन लिया है, इसलिए एक एक मार्क की और जरूरत है, क्योंकि एक ऑलरेडी है, एक ऐड करने से ये 2 अप बन जाएगा। अगर 3 अप होता तो हम यहाँ पे एक और ऐड करते हैं, और अगर 1 अप 3 डाउन होता तो हम कुछ भी ऐड नहीं करते। इन दिस वे you can construct 12 designs. Then we have taken classification, first on the basis of floats, dominance of floats, war-faced, web-faced, and balanced. Then we have taken on the basis of direction, right-handed and left-handed. One more classification is there, that is based on angle of 12. ये जो diagonal lines हैं, ये एक particular angle बनाती हैं fabric के अंदर, and that angle is represented by alpha, and that is known as angle of 12. ये जो लाइन है, ये हॉरिजॉन्टल के साथ जो एंगल बनाती है, उस एंगल को हम बोलते हैं एंगल ऑफ 12। और एंगल ऑफ 12 के अकॉर्डिंग भी हम ट्विल को अलग अलग कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड करते हैं, क्लासिफाई करते हैं। बेसिकली 2 तरह की ट्विल्स होती है उसमें। वन ट्विल इज जो कि जिनका अल्फा एंगल ऑफ ट्विल इज इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री, उनको हम रेगुलर ट्विल्स बोलते हैं। एंड इफ अल्फा इज नॉट इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री, 2 ही केस हो सकते हैं, आइदर अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 45 और अल्फा इज नॉट इक्वल टू 45। तो अगर अल्फा 45 है तो उनको रेगुलर ट्विल्स बोलते हैं, और अल्फा इज नॉट इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री देन इट इज नोन एज elongated ट्विल्स, ELONGATED, elongated ट्विल्स। और elongated ट्विल्स में 2 केस हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि अल्फा इज नॉट इक्वल टू 45, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, अल्फा मे बी मोर देन 45 और मे बी लेस देन 45। If it is greater than 45, it is known as steep, क्योंकि towards vertical जा रहा है, तो towards vertical जो भी एंगल उसको हम steep angles बोलते हैं, तो उस ट्विल को हम steep ट्विल बोलते हैं। और अगर एंगल 45 से कम है, यानी कि horizontal axis की तरफ जा रहे हैं, तो हम उसको flattening बोलते हैं, इसलिए उस ट्विल को flat ट्विल बोलते हैं। And in that way, on the basis of angle of twill, we can classify the twill into 3 category: regular if alpha is 45, steep twill if alpha is more than 45, and alpha is less than 45 means flat twill. So regular, steep and flat, that is 3rd classification. वो हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है, इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं था, इसलिए मैंने नहीं लिया है। These 2 are more important. So thank you students. These are the end uses. So if you have any question, we have less than 1 minute, you can ask. Otherwise, if you can ask always on the group or personally, you can WhatsApp me if you have any query. Thank you so much.